today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Lamar Jackson and the Cleveland Browns versus Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
It is a crisp, cool fall afternoon, and we've got football from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 15 carries, 68 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Blitz coming and down he goes.
Burrow sacked. A loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And it's third down.
Burrow looking to pass. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Complete to
T. Higgins. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Taken in the end zone.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for number 82. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
To C.J. Uzomah.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st down, Cincinnati.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking. Anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
At their own 30-yard line.
2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yard.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
On the carry.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Another try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Touchdown. Joe Mixon. His 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Geno Atkins on the stop.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 16 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
4 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shrugs him off. Powers through again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This time, Jackson will throw it. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are back within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9, from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That makes the score.
And that was the old QB one-man band play there in the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations, they thought he couldn't run it? No one accounted for him. Into the end zone.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. They give the Chubb out of the gun. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
They really had a good drive going.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Browns take over.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's 3rd and 5.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Joe. Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. There's Matt Bosher now. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coach. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Matt Bosher.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
46-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
McCann's got it teed up. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchdown. The Bengals drive about to get going. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
24-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
That's 7.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head, his head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man, don't do that.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go option to the short side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. And now again, the Browns, they line up for 2.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up, even when contested.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. To return it, Darius Phillips. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd down, Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of
a gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Tyler Boyd.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Cincinnati.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
4 yards. 1st down, Bengals.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Mack Wilson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
1st and 10. At their own 15-yard line.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Play action. Now Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 64 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Right at midfield.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
That's good for a Cleveland Browns.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, That's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Jackson from the shotgun, eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And it's up and good. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. McCann's got it teed up. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And it's fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Jackson's going to throw it. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. And in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 15. A minute 38 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Slant pass to Boyd. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
9 yards.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
Williams on the coverage.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off in his own 47, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
First down. Here's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
4 yards to go.
And Burrow going to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with seconds remaining in the ball game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed.